Hey guys, so for today's video, I thought it would be fun to do a little get ready with me, show y'all my everyday hair and makeup routine, and talk with y'all a little bit as well. It is a little bit all over the place with the conversation. However, I hope you guys still enjoy. Okay, so my hair is all done and dried. I'm gonna grab 2 bobby pins and then just pin my hair back so it's not all in my face. I tend to always have it in my face. It just happens to fall right there. So that can be annoying at times, and I will work on that in these videos as well, so that way y'all can see who is actually talking. Okay, so we have that pinned up. So first I am going to apply some moisturizer. I don't really have a set one I use. I got the Tula skincare product for Christmas, and I've just been using it since. I haven't used it long enough to see if I notice a difference yet, but I'm just gonna take that and rub it in all over my face. One good thing about this, I do feel like a little bit goes a long way. I have used this twice a day, if not 3 times every day since I've gotten it. And there is still quite a bit left in there. I'm not sure if you're supposed to rub it on your eyes, but I'm doing it anyway. It hasn't hurt me yet, so I went ahead and put that on, and now I have a fresh face to start with. I just got out of the shower about 30 minutes ago, so clean, fresh face, nothing on it at all. So first, I am going to grab my makeup bag. In this makeup bag, I got it from Amazon, or actually Dylan got it for me for Christmas. It came in a pack of 3. It came in this, a smaller rectangle one, and then a little like pouch that would be good for, you know, lip glosses, tampons, just little things that you would want in your purse, but not just floating around in there. So I thought that was really cute, and I think it was like $14. So first, I am going to use this Infallible Pro Matte by L'Oreal. I have been using this for a very long time. I wouldn't say it's a standout to me, but I wouldn't say I hate it either. I use it because I feel like I am not a huge makeup person anyway, so I don't need much coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on. And usually I just put it all over my face. Like I said, there is no technique whatsoever to what I do. So another reason I wanted to have this little chat with you all is to kind of tell y'all a little bit about my fitness journey. So I briefly touched on it in other videos. I used to be about 50 pounds heavier, and that was back in 2016 and before. So I was 50 pounds heavier than I am now. 2016 was like a huge year for me. I don't know, I just like changed my diet. I really became consistent with my workouts, and I just finally something just clicked and worked for me. So that happened in 2016, and I have kind of been a fitness addict ever since, I guess you could say. And yeah, it was really hard at first. I used to be really bad about like binging, and just diets just didn't work for me, and probably because I looked at it as just that, a diet. And now it's more of a lifestyle. I fit it into my everyday life. It's not something I even have to think about, and I've finally created a healthy balance in that. I've tried everything from like macros to a 3-day military diet where you lose 10 pounds in 3 days, and it does not stay off. So I'm definitely highly against those things. I feel like if it comes off fast, it'll probably come back just as fast. And overall, that's not healthy for your body to be eating such a small amount of calories. So I, again, would not recommend that at all. But I would say the main thing that helped me was counting my macros. It doesn't work for everyone. However, it did work for me. I remember being really scared whenever I first, this is coming out, really scared to try that whenever I first started on my journey, because it just seemed so overwhelming having to track constant numbers. It almost seemed like obsessive, which it is in a sense, but once you get the hang of it, and once you really start to know what foods you're putting into your body, what those foods contain in them, then you'll more than likely be at a point where you're able to eat intuitively versus track every single little thing. But MyFitnessPal helped me so much during that time of my life. So next I am going to put on some bronzer. I use this Revolution. It is by Makeup Revolution. So it's just like a cheap drugstore one. It looks just like that. I believe I got it at Ulta and it was like maybe $3 to $5. It works well. Like I said, I'm not a huge makeup person. I'm not really big into spending a lot of money on makeup. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put that right on my cheekbones. And then I put it on my jawline. I don't know if this does anything. I've seen other YouTubers do it, so I just do it as well. I think it's supposed to create some sort of contour, but who knows. But anyway, so, and then I never went to the gym until Dylan. So he is actually primarily who got me into fitness. He used to, whenever we first got together, I was always over at his house and he would always leave around like 8 o'clock at night to go to the gym and I would just sit at home. And honestly, I had a little bit of resentment at that time as well because I was like, well, you're with me. I think you look fine the way you are. Why are you wanting to go to the gym? Who are you trying to look good for? And all of that stemmed from my own insecurities. And I'm finally realizing that now because now I realize even for me, going to the gym, it's therapeutic. It's not something that I do every day to impress other people. It's something I do for myself, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally. It helps me more than anything. And I don't realize that a lot of the time until I don't go to the gym for a couple of days and I'm like, wow, I kind of feel like crap. Not that anyone needs to go to the gym every day, but it has just become such a big part of our lives that whenever we don't go, we do get a little down because like I said, it is like a therapy for us. And then I'm gonna take this, I'll also kind of contour my nose a little bit as well. And I just a little bit on the sides. So, and then since this is just an everyday makeup look that I usually do, I honestly just use this for eyeshadow. So this same bronzer, I just take it and I just swirl it in this little crease up here, back and forth. Just like that, and I just make sure I blend it through. And then same thing on the other eye. And I'm not sure how people do these makeup tutorials so perfectly because I don't have a camera that has like the screen that you can see yourself. So I feel like I'm having to look in the mirror and then look at you guys. So I apologize for the inconvenience of that and if that is annoying in any way. So yeah, so that's about it. And sometimes I'll use highlighter as well, usually just on the weekend though. And then sometimes I'll just go through it and blend it back in with the foundation that I used. That way there's not any harsh lines that look like they need to be blended. And then last but not least, honestly, that's all I do is my foundation, bronzer, eyeshadow, which was my bronzer as well, and then some mascara. And if anyone has any tips on how not to get mascara all on the top of their eyelid, please let me know because I cannot put mascara on without having to wipe it off after. And I always use an eyelash curler. I've always had really long eyelashes, but they are just that, they're long. They are not very curly, so I always use that just to give them a little bit of extra curl. So we're gonna go ahead and put mascara on. And watch, just because I said that in this video, I'm not gonna get any above my eye, which is unheard of. Maybe I put too much on, or maybe I don't know what I do, but it drives me nuts. So I'm just gonna go, I usually just do a few layers on each side. Sometimes I go a little overboard, and then by the time I know it, I have thick, clumpy eyelashes and I have to take everything off. So hopefully that does not happen this time. It helps me to look down too. I feel like I'm able to get more of my eyelashes when I do it that way. Okay. And then for the bottom eyelashes, I have really long bottom eyelashes and they seem to curl down quite a bit. So I don't know what happened to my top eyelashes, but they are just not curly at all. And same for the bottom. I always get mascara all down here. So that side is done, and then we will curl the other side. And then as far as my workout split goes, I would like to talk with y'all a little bit about that. So that varies week to week. Since we do go to the gym so early in the morning, like 5 a.m., sometimes we do end up getting there a little bit late. So we end up only having enough time for cardio or only having enough time for a lift. But my usual workout split is Monday is my push day. So that is working out my chest and my shoulders and my triceps. And then Tuesdays are my pull days, so I do back and biceps. Wednesdays are legs. Thursdays I usually do a little bit of full body, and then Fridays is like a full body hit day. So I really like Fridays. I get to be creative with that, and I always do abs on Friday as well, combined into that hit. And then Saturdays, always legs as well. Saturday is more of a heavy leg day. More, oh man, what is the word? Isolated focus on the, no, that's so wrong. Whatever the word is that means you focus on one leg at a time. Like, so instead of doing 20 squats, I would do 10 Bulgarian split squats on one leg, 10 on the other. Like, I really try to put each focus on one leg. So I usually do that on Saturdays, and then Sunday is a rest day. And I usually do cardio every day, whether it's anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, except for my hit day, because obviously that's cardio in itself. But every other day I do cardio, and that's usually either the Stairmaster or running. I don't know, running has really hurt my feet lately, so I'm very flat-footed, and it takes a toll on me when I run. Like, it really starts to hurt. So for instance, this morning we went to the gym, and I was like, I'm gonna try to run today, and it didn't work out, and I had to stop like halfway through and go get on the Stairmaster and finish off there. So if you have any recommendations on good running shoes, I've heard great things about Brooks. I just don't think they're the cutest looking shoes, but I guess comfort is what matters most. So yeah, and then for the spring season, I'm gonna be playing soccer again. So we will find out our schedule for that sometime this month, and those games are on Sundays. So I'm either gonna not really have a rest day, or I guess it'll be considered an active rest day, because believe it or not, that is such a good workout in my opinion, going out and playing soccer. Because you're literally running, sprinting back and forth for about an hour and a half. I believe it's 45-minute halves. So I will either use that as an active rest day, or maybe replace my hit day with that. So I'm excited for that. So this is all done. I'm just gonna let that dry. And then once that dries, as you can see, I have mascara on the top of both eyes. Go figure. So I'm gonna wait for that to dry, and then I will get a Q-tip and wipe that off, and then show you guys how I do my hair. Okay, so now I'm gonna show y'all how I do my hair. This is how I do it a majority of the time whenever I do it. Usually that is a couple times a week. Otherwise, I like to try to keep heat off of it as much as possible. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do basic, kind of loose curls, and I will talk y'all through that, the technique I use that works for me. And yeah, so first thing, I am going to go ahead, take these bobby pins out, and I usually pin it in about 2 layers. So the first, it's like a very small layer that I'm pulling up. So, because the bottom, I usually try to do just like bigger chunks just to get done quicker. And then the top is what I really focus on, because I feel like that's what most people are going to see. So I'm just gonna have it like this. And I take a straightener first, and I always straighten out a few little pieces that are kind of not tamed. I always straighten out the ends as well. I feel like that helps to create a more beachy, more natural wavy look whenever you are finished. So I'm just gonna do that. And then go to this side and do the exact same thing. And believe it or not, I used to never know how to curl my hair. I would do nothing but straighten it until a friend of mine showed me probably like 5 years ago, and there has been no going back. I rarely ever straighten it. Actually, I curl it so much that it has like a natural wave to it now, which didn't used to have that either. So Doesn't have to be perfect. The ends are fairly straight. And then I go ahead and grab a pretty big chunk, I would say. Bigger than what I see in most tutorials. And I twirl it around here, and I leave about 2 inches, as you can see, not curled. I'll hold that for about 3 seconds. Maybe that was about 5. And then just like that. So the ends are fairly straight. So I'm gonna go through and do that all on the bottom layer to each piece. I'll wrap it around twice and then hold the end out. And that's what's gonna create that more natural wavy look whenever I'm finished. So I know while I was doing my makeup, I was telling y'all about a little bit of my fitness journey. I briefly discussed that I had lost 50 pounds, how I did that by counting macros and kind of where I am now. I'm able to eat intuitively, but I did recently start tracking my macros again, so I wanted to talk with y'all about my current goals. So my current goals, I have, since my fitness journey started, the lowest I have gotten was 133 pounds. And I haven't been able to get lower than that since, not because I physically can't do it, but just because I haven't pushed myself to do it, and I know I can do it, which is frustrating. So I've decided that by my birthday, which is on May 1st, and so that gives me February, March, April, just under 3 months, I would like to be under 130 pounds. So I have calculated my macros. So what Dylan and I are gonna be doing is holding each other accountable. I gave him his macros. I think I touched on that in one of my previous videos as well. And then I'm going to just adjust both of ours accordingly as we go. So what we're doing, we are counting our macros 100% Monday through Friday. So my macros, again, are 130 grams of protein, 50 grams of fat, and 130 grams of carbs. And then on Saturdays, that'll kind of be our free day now. I don't want that to be misunderstood with a cheat day, because that is not it at all. It's not like on our free days, we go and get donuts in the morning, we go and have burgers for lunch, and then we go out to eat for dinner. Usually we'll eat like eggs and egg whites with maybe some toast for breakfast, and then dinner is usually when we like to treat ourselves a little bit. So instead of tracking our macros, we'll go out and have some tacos and some margaritas, and just, I feel like that's what will help us to create that balance to where we don't feel so deprived during the week. So we are going to do that starting, well, we started that 2 weeks ago. So I will keep y'all updated through that process. I will say currently I weigh 139 pounds, and I would like to get down to 130 by my birthday, which is definitely doable. I don't feel like that's an insane amount of weight to lose by then. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And then, not that we have plans for my birthday or anything, but I think it's fun to set little goals like that. I feel like that's what truly helps me, not just saying, oh, I want to lose this amount of weight. I like to give myself a time frame. Now, I will say I don't depend primarily on the scale. I do take progress pictures. The scale is just kind of a weekly thing that I do on Fridays, just to see where I'm at, how my body's reacting, and then I can also reference back to like my MyFitnessPal to see, oh, well, you know what, this week my sodium intake was a bit higher than last week. Maybe that's why I'm holding a bit of extra water weight. So it's just something to go off of. It helps me to keep track. It's just one of those resources that isn't the main thing, but it is helpful to use when trying to lose weight. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I can definitely do it. Actually, I don't think, I know I can, and I'm putting it out there to hold myself accountable. And by May 1st, I will give you an update, if not a couple up until then, just to let you know how things are going, how I've adjusted, because I will be adjusting my cardio and I will be adjusting my macros depending on how my body reacts. And the good thing about macros too, which makes it not so hard, is being able to fit little things in there, like a cookie if you want one. I know it was like a huge fad for a while though, where, Pop-Tarts seem to be the thing, which I always thought was really weird, because Pop-Tarts are not something that I crave or think, ooh, I need a Pop-Tart so bad. Ooh, that looks so good. It's not food porn worthy to me. Like, my thing is like pizza or burgers or a chocolate chip cookie. Like, that is my weakness. So little things like that, being able to add them in there, or being able to make little creations that taste fairly similar to what you're craving and not having any guilt after. So I'm excited to see where that goes. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and take down this top layer, and then I'm going to split it up evenly down the middle. And we're gonna do the same thing with this as we did on the bottom layer. So I'm gonna straighten these little parts out, take the ends, and what I should have done was grabbed a ponytail, and that way I could pin all of my other hair back so it doesn't get mixed up with it. But this is such a small amount of hair that it's really not gonna make a difference. So, and then we are going to do the same thing over here. So we are almost done. And then one thing I did do before I cut off me doing my makeup was do my eyebrows, because that was one thing I totally forgot to show you guys. So I just used a cheap, I think it's is it NYX or is it NYX? Please do tell, because I'm not sure. But I just use a NYX brow pencil and lightly fill them in. I don't do anything crazy. I would love to get my eyebrows microbladed. However, I hate needles. I don't know if it involves needles, but I know it involves something that hurts, because I have seen various reviews on girls who've gotten it done before. All of them said it was worth it, but I just don't know if that pain is worth it to me. So see, we are already done on that side. So really, really quick. Oh, I missed a piece. Grab that, please. And then you'll see as I am holding it, I kind of push down. So I kind of go all the way to the end with it. And then once you're done there, you just kind of blend in all your hair. So that way you can't tell that you layered it whenever you curled it. So then you have those nice beachy waves. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So I will grab my straightener, grab all of that piece that I just put down, and we are almost done. And then the last thing after this is I just put on a little bit of lip gloss. I guess I use different ones. I always use like a matte gloss, or I don't know if it's a gloss, like a, oh my gosh, what is that called? Like the thing, like the NYX, the lip gloss things. Actually, you know, I have a CoverGirl one, like just a matte lip color, I guess. I don't even know if it's called a gloss, because when I think gloss, I think glossy. But I either use like a matte lip color in like a lightish pink shade, or sometimes like a corally, nothing crazy. I would never do like red or anything, just because that is not me. But today I'm just gonna use a basic gloss. That way I can reapply it as needed, as I'm running around doing things that need to be done. So, all right. Sometimes you'll notice that the straight pieces at the bottom are a little long, so you can always go back over those like I'm doing. One more, and then we'll be done after this piece. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this, bring that forward, and then you just have nice looking natural beachy waves. As you can see, some hairs are more curled than others, so I'll go in there and touch up as needed. But yeah, I just love this look, and I just feel like it's very simple. It doesn't take very long. This probably took me, what, maybe 10 minutes, so that's very convenient if you are in a hurry. So I'm going to now take this NYX Butter Gloss, which I like. It's a lip gloss, but it has some color to it, but it's not enough color to make you look like you're going out on the town, if anyone even says that. So, so I just take it like that. And voila, we are done. So again, for my hair, I just used a straightener to straighten out the bottoms. I used a wand to make these beachy, wavy type curls. And then for my makeup, I just used foundation, a little bit of bronzer, some contouring, if I said that right, and if I even did it right, that might not even be how you do it. And then a little bit of bronzer for eyeshadow, mascara, and an eyebrow pencil, and then lip gloss. And I am good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little chat as I got ready. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that little chat with me while I got ready and showed y'all my basic hair and makeup routine. It did end up being a little bit harder than I expected, talking and doing my makeup at the same time, so I apologize for that. But if you did like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.